morning, Saturday, July 11th, 2020. Spade of Spades podcast. I'm Vic. As you can see, once again, I'm by myself in studio.
You ain't by yourself. I'm here with you, dog.
Well,
I'm here with you.
Well, I'm by myself in person in studio. But yeah, we got KC on the line today. He had other obligations to take care of, so that's how we're gonna rock with it today. So first, I want to start off by talking about the my football's team name. The Washington Redskins. Right now we are under a huge microscope for our name, and for lifelong fans, it's kind of a bittersweet, I guess, feeling because ever since I was born, I mean, that's all I ever knew was Washington Redskins, and now we're at a point now where our name is going to change to something else. It could be the Warriors, it could be the Braves, it could be the Red Hawks, the Red Tails, Red Wolves. I mean, it's a host of different names out there that has been tossed around. Me personally, I'm not against the name change just because of where we're at currently in our social society. But at the same time, the other side of me, the fan in me is like, man, it's kind of like, it's kind of like not the world, but the country's like throwing away our history. And I think as long as we can keep the colors, the burgundy and gold, we have something to hold on to. I am not for completely changing the colors because that's essentially.
I hear you.
That's essentially.
I hear you. I mean, I'm not a Redskins fan, so I could care less.
Yeah, you them dirty Cowboys. You them Cowboys. But
So one thing I learned though in life, bro, that change is necessary, man.
Yeah.
I think that name change probably could be, essential for y'all. You never know what spirit, that name could bring, for y'all. Just something new, a fresh start. It's always good for a fresh start. So, you never know what maybe your organization needs that change,
Yeah.
Maybe a name change can be exactly what they need, a new, persona or whatever,
It's crazy you say that.
Y'all need hope, though.
Yeah, no, it's crazy you say that because I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like the league and just, I guess, karma in general just had it out for us, like practically since we've been born. Because we've just had some bad luck, man. Like, we've had some bad luck just with a whole host of different things. And I felt like, man, like when I sat back and I thought about it, I was like, man, maybe once the name do change, maybe our luck will change. Because I'm telling you, I feel like we've just been cursed more so than any other team in sports outside of the Cubs, with them not winning the World Series for over 100 years.
Look at the history of the country, then you go towards, the team and where, what image, they represent, it's kind of, I can see why, if you would think of it as luck, you would think of it as bad, because, people always want to put, conspiracies and stuff and say, like, like the 2K thing. What about the Madden cover, like that? Like they say, that's like bad luck to be on the video game cover and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think, everything is, like, you can control. Like, y'all can control y'all season.
Yeah.
It's on your coaching staff and, if people get injured. You supposed to plan ahead of these injuries. Work your body so it don't, work out your body so you do not get injured. Be smart, make smart decisions so you do not get injured. Like things can be, it's all off of decision making at the end of the day. I'm not a luck type of person. I believe in, we make these outcomes with our, decisions, everyday decisions. We choose to run the ball, and, not running back, run down there and get hurt, break a leg. That's because we chose to run that ball right then and there. We didn't protect him. He didn't, go down where he should have went down or whatever. Anything could happen, be the reason why. But y'all just, Redskins been trash for a while anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I tell everybody this on Facebook,
No,
man.
I have too. I'm not gonna lie. Cowboys been trash too, so I can't say nothing. I'm really like I'm not trying to act like we superb and we the best.
But you guys recently had a 13-3 season.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that and look at that season. That could have been better than that. That season could have been way better, completely better.
yeah. To be honest, y'all should have won a Super Bowl that year. To be honest,
That year, that was our one chance after like how many years? The '90s, bro.
yeah.
That was our one chance.
I mean, you would never hear me say that out loud during the season, but like that season, y'all was rolling, man. I was like, yeah.
I was saying that the whole season. I was like, man, this our year. I can't believe y'all fucked this up.
I was like, man, these motherfuckers really might win a Super Bowl this year. And I was just biting my tongue like, man, I hope it don't happen because I ain't never gonna hear the end of it. Like all the Redskins fans never gonna hear the end of it. But it didn't happen. But you brought up
That's why it's good to stay humble. Can't get too excited. Cowboys fans, Redskins fans, anybody. We start winning, we get excited.
Yeah, and it goes to show you that the regular season is different from the playoffs. You can run through the regular season, but then once you get to the playoffs, that's a different beast. It's a whole different
I think that was the year we beat Green Bay in the regular season, and then in the playoffs they whipped our ass.
Yeah, was that the game with the Dez Bryant catch?
Yeah.
Was that the season?
I believe so. No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
That one. No.
All right. Yeah,
that was a couple more years ago. That was another 13-3 season now.
Yeah.
It was another one.
Now you guys recently, I mean, you guys had some pretty good seasons recently compared to us. And you brought up a point about
that don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, you know how the division is. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I mean the turnover in the league is, it's constant turnover every single year. One year you can go 13-3, the next you can go 5-11. And the NFL, I mean, every team is good. Every team is good. It comes down to
they're all professionals. I think.
They're all professionals, and they're good at what they do. So it comes down to execution, it comes down to preparation, and it comes down to discipline and a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
every now and then.
Yeah, it comes down to a little bit of luck because every season, just about every team has at least 8 to 10 players on injured reserve. And going back, to my team, it just seemed like every year we had like 20 on injured reserve. And some of these injuries are non-contact injuries. And it blows my mind how some of these guys get hurt because when we were playing sports growing up, organized, whatever. Yeah, some guys would get hurt, but when, talking about football specifically, when we would have walkthroughs or half speed practices that weren't full contact, guys weren't getting hurt. Guys weren't getting hurt at all, and some of these guys, these NFL guys, at their walkthroughs, they tearing their ACLs.
What you put in during practice too. Like if you put in 100% during practice, you might get hurt. So like. And if you practice real hard, there is a chance that you may overwork yourself and you get hurt. So,
Well, my father used to always tell me, when it comes to practicing, if you go 100 miles an hour, your chances of getting hurt is a lot lower if you go half speed and someone else is going 100 miles an hour and you're not. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah. And already in the NFL, like think about like before this modern day where we had like new rules and stuff, like they really was trying to hurt each other out there. I mean, like Lawrence Taylor was trying to hurt things out there.
Yeah.
He was coked up. He was ready to hurt. And that's what he came out there for. That's what some people come out there for. To hurt other people.
Yeah.
So you gotta get that too. That's another reason why people get hurt. Everybody's intent is different.
Yeah, and the rules back then were completely different than it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Today the rules protect the quarterback so much, to where, and I mean, rightfully so when it comes to some of the rules because, yeah, I don't think you should have guys diving at your legs, to try to bring you down. I mean that could be career ending type of stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
but as
yeah,
far as like, a defensive lineman coming at you full speed and then you throw the ball and then if you touch them, that's rough. I mean, that's, unnecessary roughness. I don't agree with that at all
mm-hmm.
because you're asking a
Yeah.
300-pound man to completely stop his momentum from going into the
Just stop.
quarterback.
Like, you know how long it took that man to build up that speed to get his big
Yeah,
ass going, and now you want him to stop.
yeah, it's like a train coming at you, man. It's gonna take a while for it to stop.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I do that.
But just going back to the name change real quick. I am not against the change because where we at currently in the world. I think it is a good time for it. But what I will say is I believe other teams out there who have similar names like the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, the Kansas City Chiefs, teams like that. I think those teams as well should take a step forward in reviewing the name in house and ultimately change it. I believe the Cleveland Indians already started. I don't know about the Chiefs. I don't think they should just ignore all the signs and ultimately try to keep because I mean Native Americans are saying
I mean,
it's
I
offensive.
think the Redskins
So
got the most heat, though. That's the crazy thing. I think that's the only reason why y'all really don't know. Y'all got the most heat.
yeah, well, and because over the years they've taken different polls from the Native Americans, and they've said you have one group that's said it's not offensive to us at all. We take pride in it. We know we're proud of it, and then you have another portion that said that they are offended by it. So regardless of what percentage of the people who don't find it offensive, the small percentage that do find it
You find it
offensive,
offensive.
right?
Yeah, so,
It
yeah,
still should
I
be
get that.
changed, and I think Dan Snyder, he made a mistake by not hearing to those people that do find offensive, because now he's been forced, he's been back into a corner basically by his sponsors, FedEx, Pepsi, all that, basically saying, yeah, it's time for you to change the name or we're out, basically.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's business, Like, today's changing. Like, they really want so much diversity
Hmm.
in society that they're, like, really trying to push because a lot of people who have money nowadays, not just white people, not
Mm.
just, one specific group. A lot of people have money nowadays. And a lot of people can, make things happen. So to have things fair and equal and have people, the most amount of business partners and,
Hmm.
access to, this, organization or whatever, you gotta,
Yeah.
gotta do what you need to do to keep your connection strong, man. Shit,
Yeah.
you offend somebody, you're gonna lose that money. You're not gonna make money like, offending people all day, every day.
You
You
know.
make it more money by having friends and connection.
Yeah. Like we always say, money talks. And when you get people
Mm-hmm.
involved who has money and they have power, and they tell you, hey, it's time for you to make this change, or your pocket's gonna start hurting.
Yeah,
That.
and you don't
You
want
know.
that because then you're gonna wish you made that change earlier.
Right. Yeah. Because back in 2013, Dan, he said, I would never change the team name. He said never.
Mhm.
Now we're at a point now where it's about
Never
to
say
change.
never.
Yeah. Yeah. Never say never kind of thing. Because the name is about to
Yeah.
change. And
Mhm.
it is a breath of fresh air. I just hope they do keep the team colors ultimately. Because that is
Mhm.
at least something we can hold on to. But
No, I
man,
like y'all colors though. It's been
it,
solid
it
burgundy,
it's unique.
yellow, whatever, gold.
Yeah, it's unique.
Y'all have solid colors. Mhm.
It's definitely a unique color because the only team out there that has similar colors to us is with the Florida State Seminoles, and
Mhm.
and theirs is a little bit different, but yeah, I mean our colors are unique.
It's about the same. It's in the same. It's similar. But I get you how the state uniforms are different, their colors.
Yeah, it is similar, but it's still unique in its own way. I'm not trying to have
Yeah.
no boring red, white, and blue because every team has that. I think if they are going to change the colors, it should be like a maroon or maroon and black. I think it should be something like that if they change the colors. But
Eh,
even
that looks
then,
weird. But
yeah,
it
even
could be a
then, it's
good
like
change. You never know.
it's not going to look better than burgundy and gold.
Yeah, for sure. For
But
sure.
I'm hearing rumblings as well that people think the Cowboys should change their name as well. I don't know if you heard that.
I think they should. I think their organization needs some change too. The Cowboys, and, the whole America's team. I think they need change. I'm all for
Are
the
you guys
change,
really
man.
America's
And
team or
society,
is it
we
the
need it.
Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
I said, are you guys really America's team or is it the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I think it's the Steelers, but that's what we've been going by. I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's the Steelers.
No, I definitely do think it is the Steelers because the Steelers is, their tradition and history. They're tough, rugged, hard working,
Mm-hmm.
blue
Mm-hmm.
collar. And like when you think of the Steelers,
Cowboys seem a little privileged.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
a
I think
bunch
of the
of
Cowboys, I
privileged
think of like
individuals.
I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but I think of like a white collar,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
a white
I
collar
hear you.
job. When you think of the Steelers, you think of like the Industrial Revolution, like just blue collar, hard working people that's going to bring their lunch pail to work every single day.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but
They do put in work though. They've been putting in work for a couple of years.
yeah, and the Steelers, I mean they've been consistent since they've been in the league. I mean, they really haven't had too many terribly bad seasons. And if you look at the history, they have.
For the most part, they always been like at least kind of top tier. Kind of on the watch.
Hmm.
They for the most part they've been on the watch, on the radar. For
Yeah,
the last few years.
I mean they're always in the hunt, And if you look at the history, the Steelers only really have had a handful of coaches, and that's important when it comes to success, because you can.
Yeah, organizations don't need to go through that. Like, as far as that, you need to build like something solid, a foundation, and
Yeah,
you can't do that if you having people going in and out your organization all the time.
yeah,
You need people that's going to be there, that's going to last, be stable, in that environment, so
yeah,
they can build. That's the only way you really get that type of organization,
yeah.
that collaboration.
Yeah, everyone got to be on the same page. Everyone has to buy in to the program. You know, you there's no I in team, right? So
Mm-hmm.
football is the ultimate team sport. So with that in mind, now and nowadays, these guys have these guaranteed contracts and all that. Once they get their guaranteed money, it's like, okay, I got my money, so how much harder do I need to work? You know what I'm saying? But, back in the day, there was no guaranteed contracts. So these guys had to fight and claw and prove themselves every single day for every dollar that they earn. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like nowadays, not to say that guys don't work hard in the league, because I know they do, but, when you sign a 50 million, well, when you sign like an $80 million contract and like 50 of it is guaranteed, that's money that you receive instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't care about the remainder 30 mil because you got 50 in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way that can kind of reduce someone's work ethic, knowing that, okay, well, I got my 50 mil in my pocket. I don't care really what happens, whether we lose, win, whether I get cut.
Yeah.
I still got the money in my pocket.
Yeah. That falls on their personal choices, though. Some people like to win. Like, I don't, like, if I'm a professional, I'm there to win. I'm not, like, money's going to come. You just, like, when you're working hard, you're going to make money. You're going to make money already because you work hard.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to be good. Now it's about, like, it's about your personal goals. Like, if you want to be the best, or, you want to be great, you want to have the bragging rights. You want to be able to say, yeah, we number one. You're going to work hard for that.
Yeah, and you know what?
Some people don't. Some people don't have that ambition, though. Some people will settle with that. Just that 50 mil. They're sitting on it. It's cool. I'm good.
Yeah, because going back to 2010, remember when LeBron had a decision, right? And he went to Miami and all that. I really didn't knock him for going to Miami because I understood why he wanted to go down there.
He knew he was going to make money.
Yeah.
He get endorsements. Man, dude get endorsements and everything he need already.
Right.
He already got, he owned businesses. He owned portions of businesses, Blaze Pizza and everything, a whole bunch of stuff, So he already knew he was going to get money. It wasn't about the money because he already knew he was going to get money.
Right.
Now it's about getting what I really want.
Right.
That ring, that trophy, to be the best, be number one of the season.
Right. And like Herm Edwards used to always say, you play to win a game, right? So if you're a professional athlete, you play to be a world champion. You don't play just just to collect a paycheck.
Not just to make money. Oh, I'm out here making money. Nah, you playing to be the best.
Right.
That's the point of being, a professional.
Right. I mean that's the ultimate goal, is to be a world champion. So I definitely wasn't upset that he decided he wanted to go down to Miami and join up with, Wade and Bosh to win a championship, because that's what you play the game for. You don't play just to collect paychecks and then when the season's over, you're either not in the playoffs.
He needed help and he did what he needed to do. He's like, Boston got these three, this whole lineup against me. Can't do nothing. I need help.
Right. Yeah.
Need help now. But
yeah. And now you see everyone trying to form these super teams and all that because
hey, you gotta go against your competition. You gotta fight fire with fire. Sometimes.
Yeah. And most of these guys are friends, so they talk. So
yeah, they be talking. All these dudes are friends. They be mad at each other on the basketball court and everything, football field. But they friends at the end of the day. They know each other.
Right.
A lot of these athletes been knowing each other for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before the pros.
Yeah, going back to AAU or Boys and Girls Club,
you meet
all
a lot
that.
of people already. Just.
Yeah. So with that in mind, when you have those relationships with those guys, and it's a good relationship, you're going to want to play alongside those guys because you know what they're going to bring to the table each and every game.
You know how they work. You know their work ethic. You know why they are where they are right now.
Yep. You know how they work. You know their families. And when you combine that with good management and good coaching, sky's the limit. Unlimited possibilities. Yeah. But
wait, going back to what you said about relationships, I think I want to feed off that one.
Well, as far as guys having prior relationships with each other and knowing each other?
Nah, I like relationships in general. I think,
oh, man.
The Will and Jada, did you watch the video?
So
did you see it?
I seen bits and pieces of it. I didn't see the entire thing. So if you did, you can better speak on that than I can.
No. I watched it. So I watched bits and pieces first. Then I got home, chilled out to actually see what they're talking about. And I think it's quite interesting, but I think society needs to hear this. And I think this is why, they lasted so long, because they were willing to, So what they did was they took a break like 4 years ago, bro. And during that break, she was trying to, Jada Pinkett Smith was trying to, help out August Alsina. That's how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow him too much, but she was helping him out. He had basically issues, mental issues, his family, his sister, whatever. And she took care of him, and
because I believe he suffers from depression and all that.
Yeah. So she was trying to help him, and she was trying to say that she's codependent. She like helping people, She like helping people, and she feel that's something she learned from that situation where she was trying to help him so much. She got herself entangled. Trying to help him. That's the word she used, entanglement. She called that relationship an entanglement. But then she has Will Smith, her husband, the father of her children. He supported her the whole video. He was trying to support her and let her speak and have her back. Basically, he never try to bash her. He supported her. He showed he truly loved her. No matter what. And that right there is why their relationship lasts so long. He stood by that woman, even though through this. They separated. And he understood. I know he probably got his own demons or whatever. That didn't pop out. So or she know of him probably. Anyway.
He's Will Smith. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, their relationship seemed a little solid and open, where they communicate with each other and they laugh about things. And I think that's the type of bond. If you wanna last long, you gotta be willing to go through the 5. I believe they probably went through 5.
Yeah.
5.
Man, that's so important you said that, because I think you said a key word. You said communication, and you said openness. And within our own community, black people, we don't talk to each other. And then when we go through things,
we're not open.
We're not open at all. We keep things bottled up until.
We're afraid to be a little open sometimes.
Yeah, we keep things bottled up until things explode, and then when it explode, then you know how that
wrong,
goes.
Now you don't know how to go about the situation or whatever. Nah, you handle it right then and there, and handle it in the right manner. And it's like you don't have to feel attacked most of the time. I think the way they came out with it was very professional.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was controlled. That's the only thing I have a flaw with. They control it. They control. It was her show.
Yeah, well, I mean, they control the narrative.
The tempo, everything. I think they would have did better if they had August, Alsina on the show. All 3 of them, and probably and then a third party mediator to ask the question, because they were doing. Will and Jada was controlling their show. They didn't have no third party actually asking questions. The real good question. It was all right. Everybody wanted to hear what happened. They didn't. She explained, but I think someone else could have got better questions out, because she was just giving what she wanted to give.
Right.
But it was interesting, and it was good for the surface, for the world to see that this happens. This is a norm. This is not nothing new. People be surprised, and everything. This stuff happens all the time. Sometimes it just don't hit the surface. And then that it happened 4 years ago, now it came out.
Right.
I think it's a publicity stunt for August Alsina, because then he got an album coming out or whatever.
Yeah, I believe
think he got
so.
an album coming out.
If not the end of the year,
so
early next year. Yeah.
But some people's relationships are different. Not everybody's relationship is the same, and that's what the world need to understand. Everybody's gonna have different relationships out there.
Well,
it's pretty big though. I enjoy to see them, at least face that negativity. Nobody want to put themselves on the front line and be the one looking like the bad person,
right,
or whatever.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. He's still on the line, right?
We got KC from the motherfucking Ave.
All right, we back. We back with it. Casey, you there?
You know.
All right, we back with it.
Nah,
Casey, you there, right?
back with it. Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. All right.
All right, so
Back to Louisville.
so you brought up a real.
Man.
Well, what's up?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
No. What's up? What's burning on your mind? What's up?
How you think you would act in that situation? Like I know you a mature dude. You're very mature. We're two mature dudes. We understand
Yeah.
the world for what it is and understand how things work. How
Yeah.
do you think you would trying to tell the world, even though you probably already knew about this incident already. You probably did.
Man, it's tough because I think individually, as people, we have our own morals and values that we, hold ourselves to. and that we hold others that we love and care about to. And, outside of that, when you're in an intimate relationship with somebody or you're married to somebody and you love them, you have to draw the line on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And then you have to draw back to your own morals and values and what you believe in. So it's tough, man. I think for me, the type of person that I am, I'm all for, forgiveness and all of that, because I mean we're human beings, right? Like we do make mistakes.
We make mistakes.
We do make mistakes. And I don't believe no one is perfect. No one is perfect because that's not the case. What it comes down to for me is when things become a pattern and when things begin to repeat themselves over and over and over again. I think that's when you have to seriously think about, okay, does this person really have my best interest or not? I don't think, this is just my opinion. I don't think, when someone does something one time, I don't think that should be the kill all. I used to think that way, but
that's stupid. That's like saying, just because someone, I don't think no one should be punished for, the first thing. Like sometimes you just don't know, you just don't know, or you just know it could have been bad. Anything. Like it's a whole bunch of, outliers that can be the reason why, someone makes a mistake and do something wrong. It could be anything, you're drunk, anything, or, just you felt I wanted it, you did. And like she was stating that she wanted to feel wanted. And, a lot of women tend to, especially when they get older, hit menopause and all that, they're not able to have kids no more, everything. They got this, they feel like they're getting old and they're not worth nothing. So they want to feel good and feel young. And I could understand why, she would seek out a younger man. It's plenty of women today that do that.
Yeah.
Plenty of women that go for younger dudes. Once they get older, they're like, yeah, need me a young one, put some youth in me, some, young energy. That is typical. Even older dudes do that,
Right.
Older women and older dudes do that. It is a pattern in society where we start to feel like, we lost everything. We lost our looks because we got old. We feel this, we start to feel, I'm not the same me, can't get it. So sometimes you need that reminder. Oh yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone doesn't do that. Everyone doesn't need that reminder. But I think, I'm not gonna say when people don't really feel appreciated, because people who feel appreciated and have everything that they need and want, some people, they still gonna decide to try to test the waters and feel like, man, let me see if I still got it or not. But that's their own individual. That's their own individual decision.
Selfish, just want everything.
But I do think what makes that conversation between Jada and Will, I guess so eye-opening, is to see, like you said, how open that they are with each other, and just the genuine love and really loyalty, that they have for one another, regardless of what dirt they might have done behind the scenes.
That's what I respect, their loyalty to each other. That shows you something right there. That why they probably happy no matter all the bad shit they go through or whatever together. They're loyal to each other. They got each other back. That's all you need to know at the end of the day. Sometimes, no matter what you go through, someone got your back and y'all gonna stay loyal to each other. No, that is a bigger picture. So, yeah.
And that's important, specifically talking about, the black community, when you don't, because a lot of people feel like, no one doesn't have their back, and with mental health being such
alone.
Yeah, and with mental health being such a huge topic of conversation, across our country as a whole, you need to know that you have that support system, that you have that love, because if you don't feel that, then you're gonna begin to behave in a manner in which you know um, goes against what you stand for ultimately. And then when you combine that with people who actually do suffer from mental illnesses, depression and anxiety and bipolar disorder and all that, that creates a set of um, circumstances where you're going to do things to you know try to feel love and be love.
Yeah, yeah, and you think that's what it is, to be. Say like this, for instance, a little girl that grows up without her father. She's seeking attention from God. Or whatever. She think, her giving herself to a man or whatever will create that love that she's been missing. So she goes out and do that and thinking that's gonna get her what she wants. But sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it do. Everybody's situation is different. She may feel that love. She may still not feel that love.
Yeah.
And she may be searching for it in the wrong place.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean you're right, and when it comes to young, when it comes to young men and women, I mean we're both subject to that. It's not just strictly
guys too. Guys do it too. Guys want to love. We think just because we get women, we are loved. Women like us. We think we handsome or where they smile, talk to us. That's love and that's everything. Where it changed the way how we operate, how we move. Like a lot of guys do a lot of things for attention from women.
Yeah.
Just to be noticed. Thinking that's love and that's what you got to do. To be loved. Where you ain't even got to do half of the things you do to be loved. If someone's gonna love you, they're gonna love you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean we like you said we don't verbalize it as men very much, but yeah, I mean we want to be loved just as much as women want to be loved.
Yeah.
I mean we do honestly, because
yeah, that's the truth.
Because black men we're targets. We're walking targets. We already have one strike against us. We're black. When we're born with one strike. Everyone else is born with zero. And when we get out here and we start working and providing for our families and whatnot, and have a hard day at work, we want to come home and we want to feel that love. Because when we leave our house,
appreciation.
Exactly.
I'm doing all this. I sacrifice every day. Walking out the house.
Right.
Every day, is a risk. You just want to feel some type of appreciation.
Yeah, every day is a risk, and every day when we step outside of our house, we have to prove ourselves, and a lot of people are not going to like us just because of our skin color. So when we come back into our place of comfort and our palace and our home, you want to feel that love that you not necessarily going to get on the outside of your home. And as men, I mean, most of us, that's all we really ask for is just love and support. All the material things,
I mean, but
we don't really care about as much.
We don't ask. Like that's where we need to learn how to verbalize that a little bit more. Not a lot of guys know how to verbalize that and say, I need love and support. I need you to love me and support me.
Mm-hmm.
Say that shit. That's what you need. A lot of guys, feel inferior about communicating their feelings and everything. Nah, be you. You can't let other people's thoughts control, you and how you, act. Because you're creating your situation. You making your bed. You got to lay in that bed. So why let someone else think for you?
Yeah.
I'd rather have my bed nice and clean, nice made up, squared away,
Yeah.
It's my bed. I got to lay in it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm going to make sure my situation is good. Communication. I'm going to make sure, I know what's going on. And we're on the same page as far as the relationship.
Yeah, and you only learn that with time and with experience because it's very, very hard for us as men to open up and and communicate to, I mean, whether it's our boys or whether it's, you know, the women in our lives. It's very, very hard for us to do that because we look at that as weakness. You know, when we
Yeah.
open up and express our feelings and emotions about whatever it is that's bothering us, you know, but it's
Not even just men. I'd say everybody, and like people in general. We you know, women get that too. You know, where they looked at as weak or whatever. You know, trying to
yeah,
open up
yeah,
about their feelings. So it's people in general. We all do it to each other.
yeah,
Men
that's
and
true.
women.
You know, that's very true.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you have a lot of women as well who, you know, they kind of adopt how we handle things as far as, well, when things is
Yeah.
bothering them, they shut down and they don't want to, you know,
Yeah,
really talk about much
women
or
that
anything.
practice those same techniques.
Yeah,
Which is not good sometimes. The shutting down. It's better to get everything out that you have to say, and but still be open and don't like be hard headed, like or be so angry or emotional you can't hear what someone else is saying. That's when we got to learn to put our defenses and everything down and just listen. Still communicate, but also allow someone else to speak too. It ain't all about you.
right. Yeah, I think as a community we should focus more on listening and talking.
Yeah. I
If you,
think listening. I
it,
think we need to like. A lot of people want to talk and post things. Nobody
mm,
just sit back and just like some people do, and those are the ones who don't post that much. Just sit back and watch what everybody else saying on the internet or whatever. But a
yeah,
lot of people just be so quick and just go ahead and run around, talk, say why they think this is that and this, and not know everything, not know the
right,
full details, and they be too fast. Just they speak on stuff that they don't fully know about. It's
yeah,
okay to say, I don't know. I don't know.
right,
You can find that information later. Now you can get that information. And now you know. Now you are prepared. Now you're trained. Now you know you got information on that topic.
yeah. Man, that's man, that's you said something that really like that really struck, you know, it really hit home. You say it's okay to say I don't know. And it is.
I
It's
learned that, bro. I
yeah.
learned that. Yes, that is one of the biggest things I had to learn. It's okay to say I don't know. And
Yeah.
what I learned from that is when you don't know, you can go find that answer.
Right.
And then you come back, now you know. Now you didn't share that information or whatever. It's okay to not know. No one knows everything. That's what people don't
No.
understand. They think when they don't know, they feel weak or, get a little defensive because they don't know something.
I
And now, it gets a little off topic, their argument or whatever. It's okay.
I think
You're not going to know everything.
yeah, I think whenever you stop learning as a person, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there's so much to learn at all times. Things is constantly changing. You know, you're gonna experience
Mm-hmm.
different things. You're gonna
Every
hear
day.
different things. You know, no
Yeah.
one's going to know everything
Everything, there's new things that get created every single day.
constantly.
So you gotta sit there and try to. I think about trying to update myself. Now I'm trying to get hip to all the kids. I'm like, man, what the kids doing? Man, I ain't got kids, so I can't stay young and everything.
Yeah.
Like most people who have kids, they know what's going on in the schools and everything. Like I want to be up to date at least.
It's crazy.
I can't be
Like
out of date.
now, because we starting to get to the age now where like the music the younger folks are listening to compared to us
Mm-hmm.
is completely different than what we're listening to. Like some of these artists they listening to,
I
I don't
know.
even know who they
I know.
are. I don't even know who they are, but I mean it just goes to show
I
you. I
know,
mean
and
that's
I'd be like, man, dang, there's so many new artists nowadays. It's hard to keep up.
yeah,
But that's why you gotta, leave yourself open. When you say you don't want to learn no more, you don't want to hear what no one else has to say, you don't want to listen to no new music, you just cut yourself off from that. You're missing a lot of new information or just like new perspectives.
yeah,
Even that, a different perspective to the same topic. It could be the same topic, but a different perspective.
yeah,
And that's why, I learned from a lot of people. Everybody can have a just different perspective on that same topic. they can notice something that you didn't even see, that you didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know that happened, So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, and one more thing that I am going to say before we close out the show for today is that it is okay, talking about black folks, to say, "Hey, I need help. I need help."
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
I'm a
who.
victim for that one. I ain't gonna lie. I fall like I don't like to ask for help too. And like I like to do shit on my own, so and that's my problem. It is
Mhm.
okay to ask for help, and that I try to take advantage of that at times when I can, because I know it is okay to ask for help. You can't be afraid to ask for help too.
But
Don't get caught up in your head. But we do.
that goes back to having a solid support system and knowing
Yeah.
and feeling love, right? So when you feel
That trust, that loyalty, and all
right,
that.
so when you feel those things, you're going to be inclined to be a little more open than you would be if you didn't have that support. And I think as a community, we need to we need to start bridging those gaps and asking those hard questions. Like, hey, like, is everything good with you? Like, what's going on? Like, I see you off. Like, what's going on? Like, ask that hard question, because you never know what somebody's going through. So, that's it for today's show. Appreciate everyone tuning into the show. We'll be back. Hopefully,
No problem.
we'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully, KC and Zamora's with me here in the studio in the next 2 weeks.
Nah, I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be in there in 2 weeks, man. The party is lit.
Yeah. All right. Well, appreciate y'all tuning into the show. That's Spade of Spades podcast. We out. Be safe.